Important announcement from HDFC Bank. A giant interest rate for your fixed deposit that you deposit this month. Enjoy special interest rates based on deposit amount and the government security. Call 0718 800 999. HDFC.
In a few moments, the news.
A giant interest rate for your fixed deposit that you deposit this month. Enjoy special interest rates based on deposit amount and the government security.
This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
"6:45 a.m. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The news edited by Lal Mallavarachi and read by Mario Vijayavardhana. The headlines. The total positive cases of the COVID-19 infection reported from the Minuwangoda cluster tops 2,000. 121 fresh cases reported yesterday. State Intelligence Service officers to uncover the origin of the COVID-19 cluster linked to the Brandix apparel factory in Minuwangoda. The Paddy Marketing Board says that there is no shortage of rice in the country as a buffer stock of 150,000 metric tons in reserves are maintained. The Supreme Court decision on the 20th Amendment will be presented in Parliament on Tuesday. People should not fear to visit hospitals to obtain medical treatment. A special unit will be set up to raid incidents of damages to the environment. In news overseas, New Zealand's Jacinta Ardern's Labour Party scores landslide victory. The total positive cases of COVID-19 reported from the Minuwangoda cluster topped 2,000 yesterday. The new development came after 42 more persons linked to the cluster tested positive for the virus. Army Commander Lieutenant General Shavendra Silva said 22 of the fresh cases are employees of the Brandix apparel factory and their contacts that are currently at quarantine centres. The remaining 20 have been identified as close contacts of the apparel factory staffers. Thereby, the total number of the novel coronavirus cases registered by the Minuwangoda cluster increased to 2014. According to the Department of Government Information, Sri Lanka has reported 121 positive cases yesterday. This brings the total number of cases in the country to 5,475. Statistics reveal that 2,067 of them are currently under medical care at select hospitals. Sri Lanka's novel coronavirus recuperations count meanwhile stands at 3,395. Chief Epidemiologist Dr. Sudat Samaravira says people should not fear to visit hospitals to obtain medical treatment because hospitals are safe and patients suspected of having contracted COVID-19 are isolated and treated separately at the OPD. According to Dr. Samaravira, if people avoid hospitals, they could die from other health ailments and not COVID-19. The best example for the safety at hospitals is the health staff of the IDH and all the other hospitals not getting infected with COVID-19 even after moving closely with COVID-19 patients. People should follow health guidelines at all times. Dr. Samaravira said the only way of preventing transmission is by following health guidelines. Police media spokesperson DIG Ajit Rohana says that a special probe has been launched with the State Intelligence Service officers to uncover the origin of the COVID-19 cluster linked to the Brandix apparel factory in Minuwangoda. He commented that all of the recently identified cases were traced to the Minuwangoda cluster. However, it is still a question as to how the Brandix employees contracted the virus. DIG Rohana said further, an investigation assisted by health authorities and the Sri Lanka police is being carried out to trace the root of the cluster. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
A giant interest rate for your fixed deposit that you deposit this month. Enjoy special interest rates based on deposit amount and the government security. Call 0718 800 999.
The Paddy Marketing Board says that there is no shortage of rice in the country as a buffer stock of 150,000 metric tons in reserves are maintained. Some elements are attempting to create rumours that there is a shortage of rice in the country. The government vehemently denies this and assures that there are sufficient rice stocks in the country. Meanwhile, the Vice Chairman of the Paddy Marketing Board, Duminder Priyadarshana, says that 50,000 metric tons of paddy will be milled and issued to the market today. The Supreme Court decision on the 20th Amendment will be presented in Parliament on Tuesday. The party leaders recently decided to hold the relevant debate on the amendment on the 21st and the 22nd of this month. The Supreme Court decision regarding the petitions filed against the amendment has already been directed to the President and the Speaker. The Chief Medical Health Officer of the CMC, Consultant Dr. Ruwan Vijay says that there is no possibility of the spreading of COVID-19 in the municipality area. However, he requests the residents to continuously follow the health guidelines as much as possible. The 43rd death anniversary of veteran artist C.T. Fernando falls today. The Sinhala Commercial Service has organised a special programme at 10 a.m. today to honour the artist. C.T. Fernando produced his first musical creation, Pinsiduwanne Ane Balalamunne, in 1946 at Radio Ceylon. That's local news.
An important announcement from HDFC Bank. A giant interest rate for your fixed deposit that you deposit this month. Enjoy special interest rates based on deposit amount and the government security. Call 0718 800 999. HDFC.
A mother knows the pain of each member of the family. Siddhalepa, the trusted relief for aches and pains.
An effective therapy for relief from cold, sneezing, flu, headaches, swelling due to toothaches, rheumatic, discomforts, and muscular aches and pains. Siddhalepa, the Veda Mahatmya in every home.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya.
The Minister of Environment, Mahinda Amaravira, says that a special unit will be set up to raid incidents of damages to the environment. Necessary steps are taken to involve the environmental police units directly in preventing any damage to the environment by passing the General Police. He further said that environmental police units will work to prevent the unauthorized dumping of garbage in urban areas and deforestation. In addition, the Ministry of Environment, in collaboration with the environmental police, will take immediate legal action against illegal sand mining and soil cutting. People can inform of such incidents through the hotlines 1981 and 1991.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya.
Brush your teeth twice a day for healthy teeth and gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, your trusted brands in oral care for many years.
Supiriviki Ayurvedic toothpaste for adults. Kakulu Ayurvedic toothpaste for kids. 9 Ayurvedic ingredients of Supiriviki will protect your teeth and strengthen your gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, products from Siddhalepa.
And now in Watchlight, it has been decided not to open the main office and all provincial offices of the Department of Registration of Persons until the 23rd to the public due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The Commissioner General of the Department, Vyani Gunathilaka, requests the public who have not given their applications to the Divisional Secretariat after reserving a date and time to get the National Identity Card through the one-day service to hand over their applications to the Grama Niradhari or the Identity Card section of the Divisional Secretariat. The National Identity Cards will be sent by registered post to the applicants without charging a fee for the one-day service. That was Watchlight, and now in world news headlines. New Zealand's Jacinda Ardern's Labour Party scores landslide win. Armenia and Azerbaijan agree to new humanitarian truce. Far-right protesters attack Slovak government office over virus measures. New Zealand's Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern has won a landslide victory in the country's general election. With all votes tallied, Miss Ardern's centre-left Labour Party won 49.1%, bringing a projected 64 seats and a rare outright parliamentary majority. The opposition centre-right National Party won 26.8% in Saturday's poll, just 35 seats in the 120-seat assembly. The poll was originally to be held in September but was postponed by a month after renewed COVID-19 outbreak. Armenia and Azerbaijan have agreed to a humanitarian ceasefire in the disputed region of Nagorno-Karabakh. The two confirmed the truce would begin at midnight local time. The decision was taken in line with agreements that led to a ceasefire being signed last weekend. However, clashes continued despite that accord. Fighting flared last month over a region internationally recognized as part of Azerbaijan, but which is run by ethnic Armenians. Hundreds have died. Protesters have attacked the offices of the Slovak government over measures to stem the spread of COVID-19. The crowd, made up of about 500 neo-Nazis and hardcore football fans, threw bottles and stones at the building in the capital Bratislava. Riot police later used tear gas and water cannons to disperse the protesters. Yesterday, Slovakian Prime Minister Igor Matovic said the country would test every person aged 10 and older for the coronavirus. And now the main points of the world news segment once again. New Zealand's Jacinda Ardern's Labour Party scores landslide win. Armenia and Azerbaijan agree to new humanitarian truce. Far-right protesters attack Slovak government office over virus measures.
Development News is brought to you by...
When Aya bought a motorbike, he bought 2 helmets. So sweet of him. I'm sure the other one is for me.
In whatever we do, we Sri Lankans are always thinking of others. When we get Munchie Super Cream Crackers, they're not just for ourselves. Munchie Super Cream Cracker. Super kiyanne nikan neveyi.
About 109,000 acres will be cultivated with paddy in the Ampara district in the Maha season. Agricultural Irrigation Department officials told farmers to complete paddy before October 31st. The Maha season cultivation began on October 9th. Sugarcane and subsidiary food crops will also be cultivated during the Maha season. Most farmers grow red rice in the region.
When Tati bought a new family car, it wasn't just for the 4 of us.
It's a 10-seater van. Enough for friends and relatives too.
Mummy insisted on building an extra room in our new house.
Well, you never know who'll come to stay. We need more pillows too.
When I was studying late, Nangi would come by to help.
No, I don't know physics, but I do know you need a Munchie Super Cream Cracker.
In whatever we do, we Sri Lankans are always thinking of others.
When we get Munchie Super Cream Crackers, they're not just for ourselves.
Munchie Super Cream Cracker. Super kiyanne nikan neveyi.
Sports News is brought to you by
Munchie Chocolate Cream Biscuit. Chocolate in every bite.
The upcoming Lankan Premier League LPL logo was launched with the impression of a lion whose iconic mane blows in the wind, which the organisers say depicts the rich culture and heritage of the nation and the free-flowing spirit of the people. The LPL is about a 5-team franchise cricket tournament featuring local as well as overseas players in the T20 format on the lines of the Indian Premier League and will be worked off at venues in Kandy and Hambantota. No exact dates for the matches have been finalised, but organisers are aiming to get the tournament off to a start in November.
Hey guys, we've got our very own Queen Bear here to review something for us.
Okay, here we go. It's the right amount of crunch and OMG, so much chocolate. The texture is so good. It's creamy and velvety and just so much chocolate. The packaging is super cool and new and there's like so much chocolate. And OMG, the taste, it tastes like so good and there's so much chocolate. Like with every bite. 10 out of 10 for me.
Munchie Chocolate Cream Biscuit. Chocolate in every bite.
Empower your dreams with NSB Wings. NSB Wings. Reach out the high goals.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
The global specialty coffee market provides enormous opportunities for coffee producers, with the market estimated to grow from $35 billion in 2018 to over $80 billion by 2025. In line with this increasing demand, Sri Lanka's coffee exports have increased in recent years, growing 84% from 2017 to reach nearly $350,000 by 2019 as per Export Development Board data. The coffee industry has seen increased investment from the private sector and increased local demand and consumption of locally grown coffee in hotels, restaurants and cafes.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
The wait is over and it's time for you to experience happiness. It's time to remap the graph for success. It's time to rebuild your empire. It's time to initiate your entrepreneur dreams. Empower your dreams with NSB Wings. Get your 2-year personal loan for just 7% per annum, starting from 500,000 rupees to 10 million rupees. All you need is just one guarantee. NSB Wings. Reach out the high goals.
Economic news, courtesy of
Just move on real time, save more, LOLC real time. Paying the premium for transactions, simply save now real time. Day night, no trouble for your transactions, LOLC real time. Download LOLC Finance real time app for your LOLC savings account. Attractive interest rates, transactions anytime, anywhere with a zero cost and more benefits.
The International Monetary Fund has forecasted somewhat less severe recession than it predicted in June. The change in the outlook applies to the global economy and the UK, but the IMF states in its World Economic Outlook that the global economy is still in deep recession and the risk of a worse outcome than in its new forecast is sizable. For Britain, the IMF now predicts the economy will decline by 9.8% this year. The June forecast was 10.2%. However, the rebound expected next year is also more moderate. Tourism-dependent economies are in a particularly difficult spot.
Hello, Puta, did you land already?
No, Amma. We're in transit and our flight got delayed.
Oh, really? How is Shani? Poor thing with her pregnancy. She might be feeling very uncomfortable. The airport must be heavily crowded because it's a season.
Amma, calm down. Everything is sorted. Why, I have my LOLC World Card with me. We are at the VIP lounge. There's nothing to worry.
Those who spread goodness radiate happiness to everyone around them. Introducing LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
Weather report was sponsored by
CIB Janajaya Vasana 15th stage begins. 40% discount for selected goods from 12th to 25th of October. Visit CIB today.
A few showers will occur in the western and Sabaragamu provinces and in the Gaul and Mathura districts. Showers, thundershowers may occur at a few places in the northern and eastern provinces and in the Anuradhapura district in the evening or night.
Weather report was sponsored by
CIB Janajaya Vasana 15th stage begins. 40% discount for selected goods from 12th to 25th of October. Visit CIB today.
And now the headlines of this news broadcast once again. The total positive cases of COVID-19 reported from the Minuwangoda cluster tops 2,000. 121 fresh cases reported yesterday. State Intelligence Service officers to uncover the origin of the COVID-19 cluster linked to the Brandix apparel factory in Minuwangoda. The Paddy Marketing Board says that there is no shortage of rice in the country as a buffer stock of 150,000 metric tons in reserves are maintained. The Supreme Court decision on the 20th Amendment will be presented in Parliament on Tuesday. People should not fear to visit hospitals to obtain medical treatment. A special unit will be set up to raid incidents of damages to the environment. In news overseas, New Zealand's Jacinta Ardern's Labour Party scores landslide win. That concludes this news broadcast.